What a deal, what a deal. Hey guys, it's Jax. And I've got a problem. Hey, it's Jax. What's going on? How you been? You doing all right? I've been good, you guys. I've been so busy. The only thing I've had time to do is keep my hair growing. I started taking some hair and nail supplements to try to get this mane going. Wouldn't it be so cool to have it as long as my beard? Now you'll notice that it is not summertime out there right now. I am sweatered up, jacketed up, and the footage that you're about to watch is summertime footage. Shirt sleeves, sunshines, warm days. That's because before I could get that footage put together, it was kind of a long road actually. Lost some of the footage, got some of the footage back and forth, blah, blah. And then boom, cow season hit. And what am I doing? Nothing but sitting in one of these things, running back and forth, nonstop. Moved a lot of cattle in the last 7 weeks. Oh man, so many cattle. But we're finally starting to see a little bit of light at the end of the tunnel. And because of that, I thought I need to finish these videos so that you can get caught up on our situation, how things are coming together. Now, as you may remember, I had last kind of found some canola screenings that I thought we could use and supplement our cattle with this winter in order to get them through. Had another great development, and that's what you're going to be watching. So here's what you're gonna find. Had a good friend of ours said that we could come over during harvest. They were over there putting up their barley harvest and combining their barley. Well, once they combine the barley, what's left behind is straw. Did you know that's where straw comes from? Hay is grown as a green plant and is cut green for cattle to eat. Straw is what's left over after you grow a grain, after you grow wheat or barley or oats. It's what's left over of the plant after you remove the grains. That's straw. To some of you that might sound silly, but it's actually commonly, straw and hay are commonly mixed up. So they said that we could come over, and if we'd bring our baler over and bring our equipment, that we could go along behind their combines and make some round bales of straw. And that should make us quite a few bales of straw. It should make us, I've done the math, if we can get over there and get it all done, it's gonna make us enough straw bales that we can get through the winter time. Might even have a few extra bales left over, hopefully to help some of the other folks around with. So that's what we did. This is a start. Having the straw is like having a foundation, okay? This is like the mainline foundation. Straw will be a huge portion of what we feed these cattle. And getting that straw baled up and getting it back here to the ranch is a huge step in the right direction for surviving the winter. So with that, take it away. Got like 8 combines out there rolling in this one field, and I'm hustling up with the baler, and they're just minutes away from finishing this field, and I am minutes away from being there with the drone. So we're hustling up, and I want to show you guys this. And that is how you do an all night run in the baler. Oh, the trick is now to get a little nap before that sun comes up. Because if it comes up before I close my eyes, today's gonna be a long, long day. Long day. Oh, goodness. That was a long night. That was a long night. A long night that's been representative of many long nights. I don't know that I've ever been this overloaded and busy and buried like ever. I know it's the way that it goes sometimes. But. So you might be wondering, why do you bale through the night? I ended up getting done, like I mentioned, as the sun was coming up this morning. The reason we do that is because that straw is extremely dry and slick, so it makes it harder for the baler to get it wrapped up and put together and made into a nice bale. But at nighttime, the dew comes down as the dews from heaven, right? The dews come down and put a little moisture back into that straw, and when there's a little moisture in something, as you know, it starts to have a little more grip to it. So if you can bale that straw at night, it has a little higher moisture content. The bales, they feed into the baler easier, and it just makes for a smoother process for everybody except for my eyeballs, because you're up all night doing it. But it adds a little weight, a little substance. Straw bales are, generally speaking, they're about 500 pounds, 400 to 500 pounds lighter than you would find in a hay bale of the same dimensions. So by doing it at night and getting a little moisture in there, it adds probably about 100 pounds per bale to the mass of the bale, which when you're feeding cows, you know, it's all about the weight. The more weight, the more feed. So if you can make a little heavier bale, a bale that feeds into the chamber nicer, it's more square. Probably like square, it's a round bale, son. What are you talking about? By square, I mean the edges of the bale are nice and even. It's all for the better. So I'm glad you got to have a little peek in at the Evening Express, the night train, the crazed brain, whatever you want to call it. We did it. Now we're on our way up to go stack bales. We got to get these all bunched up. We got to get them off the field because they need to get these fields worked up and get water back on them before the canal shuts off for the year and they're out of water. A little side note, I grew up in this country over here and spent all of my early years irrigating. That's all we did. And I totally took it for granted. I did not realize how much water is the lifeblood of everything. Of course, a year like we're having back home with all the drought, it really makes you realize how important water is. But it's funny to be back over here and realize, I know everybody here takes the water for granted because they've just had it forever. It's always been the way it is there. The water comes out of the mountains and you always irrigate. And until you don't have that, you'll never quite truly appreciate the water. The water.